In this video, I'll share with you 3 acquisition choke points in B2B cold outreach process and funnels that can either increase your profitability or revenue collection, like cash collection, like 2 to 3 times more if done properly. But if these choke points are not handled or taken care of properly, then the amount of effort that you put and the outcome that you get in the same time frame is going to be much lower as compared to if you do it well. So now I'll just get straight into it. There's 3 things that we'll be focusing on. Number 1, script, and how to have the approach, how to say, what to say, when to say in the script when you have the call, like when someone is picked up. Second, we will go into the show up optimization. If you have scheduled an appointment, how to make sure that the show ups happen, but also how to make sure that it is as warm as possible once they hop on, so that you can actually get the outcome that you're looking for. And the third and most important thing is like the phone numbers, like the local phone numbers. How does that impact, and what are the numbers that we have seen in, what are the differences in KPIs that we see if we use a local phone number versus a generic phone number. So let's get into it. First of all, the script, right? So when it comes to script, there's 2 parts of the script which I see a lot of people have confusion with. Like, this is again from my perspective, right? It can work for you, but this is what I have done for more than 800 to 1,000 B2B appointments, B2C appointments. So this is always how I train my people, and then I build any single appointment setting funnel for any single industry: roofing, real estate, mortgage, everything. B2B, this is how I do it. So pitch is not who you are and what you do. That is the overview. Pitch is what they get. So if you have to pitch something, you share what is in it for them. Like, highlight and make sure the highlight is well copywritten so that it focuses on the right triggers of emotions so that you can gain attention. So it's not, hey, we are this, we do this for people like you. That's not a pitch. That's an overview of who you are and what you do. A pitch is more like, hey, if you had the XYZ outcome in ABC timeframe, would that be something that you would be opposed to having a look at? Well copywritten, highlighting the key benefit for them, giving a time frame to expect. It's visual and very small, to the point, which gives them to either give you objections or else say yes, or at least have some step towards you, right? It's nothing about you. You don't matter at that point. So that's the pitch. And once you gain some attention, once you have the conversation going on and they know what exactly this conversation starts from, that's like, this is what I get as an outcome, then they will ask you, how does it work? Or, well, how does it look like? Tell me about it more. Or like, nah, I'm not interested in this and that. And then you can get into the objection handling and then give them the overview. Hey, do you mind if I give you like a quick rundown of how it works? And then that way you can see if it makes sense for you or not, right? And then at that point, you have their attention, and now you can break that down into minute parts, and then give them the clarity of that, right? So at that point, usually is where, if it's Facebook ads, I will say, hey, let's say Facebook ads for roofing, right? I would say, so what we do is we run Facebook ads in this mile radius for you so that we can find the homeowners who is looking to get a roof replacement done or a roof repair done in this next 30 days time period. And we get them in through our system, nurture them, schedule appointments for you so that you can just go there, get the appointments, give the quotes, and then close the deals. That's how we do. 70% is done by us, 30% is done by you. That's like the closing part. Before that, getting the quotation and scheduling the appointments for the quotes is on us, right? From A to Z, that's how we do it. Does that sound like something that you would be interested in, or does it make sense? Now, at that point, it's a business conversation where they have at least 30% interest to listening, what they're saying no or yes to. Or if they have other concerns that, okay, how much does it cost? Or send me an email, or, like, how long have you been doing this? Or where are you located? That's the usual things that can come after this when they are considering or even like having some attention paid towards you. You start with an overview, get into the details, objection handling, and then close the appointment. Second, now let's come to show up optimization. So show up rates optimization is a big thing. If you schedule 10 appointments and only 2 of them shows up, nothing is happening there, right? Show up rate optimization doesn't begin when the appointment has been booked and you both have hung up the call. It doesn't start after that. It starts while on the call. What do I mean by that? Show up rate optimization starts, and this is like from our data, right? So at the end of every single call, what we do is we say, okay, so 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Sound good? Okay. Before I hop off, can I ask a quick question? Yes. Take like 5 seconds. Can you think of anything that can come up in 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow that can prevent us, like that can, make it difficult for us to have the call at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow? So by now we have set the time at least 2 to 3 times, but also we've given them a chance to push it elsewhere. If they say no, not really, I would be here, and they will like sell themselves a bit more on the appointment. Then comes the next step. Okay, cool. So what I'll do is after this call, I'll send you the confirmation. It'll be from this, this email to this one. I want you to have a look at the video. If you have a video before they show up, you can say, hey, I want you to have a look at that video as well. This will give you 1, 2, 3 benefits, these 3 benefits for you. And so I'm looking forward to the conversation tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, it was nice talking to you. Have a good day. All right. By the way, my name is Nikhil. Is it okay? Also, one more thing you have to add is it okay if just a quick question, is it okay if I give you a call back like, an hour prior to the appointment, just so I give you a reminder? I know things can come up, you have a spontaneous calendar. Would that help? Yes. Okay, cool. Perfect. That's also a reminder, permission for a reminder call, which comes up in the next stages. This is the first step that improves the show up rates, because sometimes they will reschedule right then and there because they'll be like, not really, you know what, let's do actually Wednesday. Sometimes people in cold calls, sometimes people do commit 2 times just to get out of the calls, but just adding that filtering step, you make it difficult for them to just, casually ignore this. People can't do that. And also, like, we confirm the time 3 times, improves the show up rates. Next, once you hop off from the call, then immediately within the first 5 minutes, send them the SMS and the email with confirmation along with the Zoom link. And also, 1 day prior, appointment for tomorrow, just gentle reminder. 3 hours prior, a text message. Send them a video before that. Send them an email with about your background, that anything that you want to highlight before they hop on, just so that there's a bit more warmth in the conversation. And then next comes about 1 or 2 hours prior to the appointment, you give them a call and say, hey, this is ABC. Do you remember we had a call like 2 days back or yesterday? Yeah, we had the appointment scheduled at 10 a.m. tomorrow, or like 3 p.m. Eastern today, in like 2 hours, 90 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. We were still good to go? Like, anything coming up? No, right? Yeah, I just wanted to check like if you got the emails and the the Zoom links and everything. All right, we're good to go. Perfect. I'll see you there. Or ABC will take the call, so I'm looking forward to you guys having the call if you're an appointment setter only. So that's how we make sure show up rates are always at least like 60% to 70%. If it's like below that, we know that these are the things that's missing. We just add these things up and it goes back to 80%, 70% or something like that. The third thing is phone number, local phone number. This is more like an insight, right? I'll give you some insights on how what we have seen so far. So when it comes to local phone numbers, right? For example, if we are calling in Florida and then we have a Florida local phone number, and also local phone numbers from not the major towns, like not Miami or stuff like that. Take like something that's outskirts of Miami, or like a bit internal, right? Not too countryside, but not too city. That makes it all more authentic, and then you can call. It has worked better for us. That's number one. Secondly, having a caller ID, STIR. If you have like in Go High Level, you have CNAME and stuff like that. You have these things set up. It makes it much easier for you to get more pickups. Also, there are certain times of the day where pickups will be more, and that depends on like industry to industry. For example, in roofing, it's more gonna be from 10:30 a.m. to 12 or 12:30. That's the biggest pool of pickups that we have seen. In other industries, for example, real estate is more like in the evening time or early in the morning. Other times they're like a bit busy with appointments and stuff. In mortgage, it's like a bit more earlier, or in the afternoons. That's the best time. So that's how in industry to industry it will differ. But if you focus on these 3 choke points, and if you improve on these metrics, then the chances of you getting more calls, warmer calls, better show ups, less reschedules, and better closings. Of course, that's the sales side, but at least having the opportunity flow towards you is going to be much better. No matter if you are calling to sell a CRM system or an AI infrastructure or a digital service, like any appointment setting service or something like that, or even like if you are a mortgage professional trying to sell an appointment with a real referral partner, like, or a CPA, whatever. It's B2B, it's going to work. So I wanted to share with you the insights that I have learned like for the last 2 years, and this is what I use internally. And these are the KPIs that we focus on. These are the choke points that we always focus on to make sure that we have a B2B acquisition funnel that works for us. So yeah, I hope this gives you some clarity and insights to improve your existing system. Thanks.